Good evening, viewers, and thank you for joining us for tonight's regional news. We begin with news from Trinidad. Chaguanas Mayor Farouk Mohammed has expressed outrage at Tuesday's murder of pensioner Mohan Hardio during a home invasion. The 65-year-old of Caranis Savannah Road was killed when an armed assailant broke into his home sometime after 2 a.m. The pensioner's killing came hours after the murder of a delivery driver on Monday afternoon after dropping off hardware items in Piarco. The Chaguanas mayor, upset over the lack of respect for human life, also called for businessmen to get easy access to legal firearms. According to Mohammed, there is a complete and utter lack of respect for human lives in Trinidad and Tobago. The grieving wife, Chandra Hardio, said last week Tuesday the robbers entered her property, and on the same day, her husband made a report, but the police never came. We turn our attention to news coming out of Barbados. Barbados High Court has ruled the criminalization of gay sex is unconstitutional, making the country the third in the Caribbean to overthrow such laws this year. The decision follows similar 2022 rulings in Antigua and St. Kitts and Nevis and was announced by Barbados Attorney General Dale Marshall on Tuesday. The ruling was welcomed by activists and non-profit organizations who have campaigned against laws banning gay and lesbian sex. The maximum sentence rarely imposed has been a life imprisonment. Marshall said Justice Michelle Weeks had issued the ruling on Monday, concluding that Sections 9 and 12 of the Sexual Offense Act were unconstitutional. Activists say only 6 countries in the Americas now have similarly restrictive laws, including Guyana, Dominica, and Jamaica. Micah Rapley, a member of the NGO Equals, stated that the ruling is as a result of years of advocacy efforts by the community organizations as well as the litigants. Finally, we tell you that Peru's armed force will take control of the protection of key infrastructure, its defense minister said Tuesday, as protests that have led to at least 6 deaths continue across the country following the ousting of its former president. Peru's new president, Dina Boluarte, had pledged to work with Congress to see if the next elections could be held sooner than previously proposed and pleaded for calm. She also stated that she would speak with other regional leaders who came to the defense of jailed former president Pedro Castillo. The former vice president was sworn in last Wednesday after Castillo illegally sought to dissolve Congress hours before being swiftly removed from the office by lawmakers and arrested shortly afterward. The move has led to angry and violent protests by Castillo supporters demanding a fresh presidential election, which have been met by police dispersing tear gas and gunfire in an effort to quell the unrest. Boluarte has already pledged to seek a way to hold the election slated for 2026 in April 2024, adding that she could not change the timing of the election without congressional support. Castillo is being investigated over charges of rebellion and conspiracy. In response to the disruption, Defense Minister Alberto Otarola said Peru's government would declare a state of emergency on the highway system to guarantee free transit. That's all for the Wednesday's edition of the Regional News. I am RENATTA. Back to you, Alethea.